message to the app. We got to.
And we're live though.
Oh, hey, we are live. Thank you very much for tuning in. You are currently watching the Tattoo Weekly. It happens every Monday morning at 11 Eastern with Lauren, Gregory, Jake Meeks, and me. I'm Gabe Ripley. And I'm going to do an introduction to the Reinventing the Tattoo network while we test to make sure that this is streaming out live and everything. Excuse me. Okay, this is April 25th. And yeah, welcome to Guy Aitchison's Reinventing the Tattoo community, where tattoo artists, apprentices, collectors, and the curious are all encouraged to join in these live streams, to catch the replays, to ultimately inspire each other, create better art and tattoos together. We are beaming out nearly every day, and with your help, have actually become a quality network of tattoo shows, all based off of, again, high quality tattoos and people who actually care about, the art and people and everything. It's pretty amazing. What we lack in, or what we need to make up for in production value, we more than make up for in spirit, and we're pretty excited to keep bringing you these shows. We are actually on Roku, so it looks like an actual TV network on the smart TV and stuff. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Let us know if this is working for you. If you're watching live, in the chat room, let us know where you're beaming in from. Maybe tag a friend. Actually, it's a good time to do one of those, stories or share it around. Let's see. You could find Reinventing the Tattoo in both of the app stores, the Apple app stores or Google Play. Just do a search for Reinventing the Tattoo. You could also be beaming either live or on the replay from YouTube. Again, Reinventing the Tattoo. On the Roku channel, you guessed it, Reinventing the Tattoo. Oh, it looks like we could actually just send you to reinventingthetattoo.com/Roku. And then it'll beam you right there. If you're listening to the podcast, we're in all the usual places, Apple, Spotify, and whatnot. And yeah, please leave your positive reviews in those sections. We'll take your constructive criticism management at Reinventing the Tattoo. But all those reviews and whatnot help us, and with the algorithms and whatnot. This is the point in the script where I'm supposed to share the Reinventing the Tattoo homepage, but it's Monday morning, so I'm not going to. You could just use it in your imagination or fire it up in the background. As I'm saying, you might be watching or listening in any of these amazing places, but you can always find the latest and greatest in reinventingthetattoo.com. It's got the latest event schedule right there on the homepage. Is a Google Calendar, so if you want to join in any of these events, any of the live ones, then with the live Zooms, then you can find the Zoom there, as well as add that calendar to your calendar so you can get all the notifications and whatnot. You could also watch the Reinventing 24/7, we call it. It's right there also on the homepage, and it has, I think, 15 different channels. This is the same thing that we're running on the smart TVs on the Roku, and it's got like the Tattoo History channel. It's got Tattoo Convention channel, the Reinventing podcast. It's got the Tattoo Weeklies. It even has Drunk Critique channel against my better judgment, so you could watch Drunk Critique anytime on that. So if it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you want something to put you to sleep drunk, and you're sick of Netflix, or you're trying to recommend Reinventing to an artist friend and you're not sure where to start because we have all of these amazing things to send them to, you can just send them straight to the homepage, reinventingthetattoo.com. Okay, weekly live shows that you should be aware of. Every 1 o'clock on Sundays are the Reinventing drawing groups with Jason Lisa, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard. These Reinventing drawing groups are where artists are invited to Zoom in. We have Mondays at 11 o'clock is the Tattoo Weekly. Hey, that's the show that we're doing live. Let's see, Mondays at 9 p.m. is the subscribers exclusive exercises with Guy Aitchison. It's pretty amazing to watch everybody. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Tuesdays at 10 a.m. with Ricardo is another Reinventing drawing group. We're encouraged to beam in. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock is the TattooNow show, where I do interviews and whatnot, long form interviews and discussion panels. Thursdays at 6 p.m. is the Tattoo Collecting podcast. Every week all these live shows are brought to you thanks to our sponsors. We've got Raw Pigments, rawpigments.co. They are acrylic free and they don't dry out in the cup. I think that's the reason why, I'm not sure. But either way, they don't dry out in the cup. They are acrylic free. And you can go to rawpigments.co, check out their videos. And there's a couple different ways to get some samples around if you check it out. But you should be buying them, check them out. There's a lot of people saying great things about them. WorldTattooEvents.com is the largest, most comprehensive resource for tattoo events worldwide. Alex has a lot of interviews, history of tattoo conventions, future tattoo conventions, and he's been updating the website like a madman. TattooNow, I do technology for tattooers, either a part-time CTO for larger shops or supply companies or companies that are supporting tattooers, as well as websites and courses and whatnot for younger tattooers in the start of their careers. And then, of course, last but first in this case is Guy Aitchison, the founder of Reinventing the Tattoo. He wrote the book or the 3-ring binder in the mid-90s. It evolved into the book and the DVDs online. Now it's just crazy. Well, it's actually not that crazy. It's pretty simple. We have the Reinventing the Tattoo network that there's all of this free programming, and then there's the Reinventing the Tattoo canon, which is Guy's curriculum that has the evolution of all of the books and all of that into 3 different ways. We've got the canon, so you can just get the whole thing, all of the exercises, all of the videos, and all of the chapters and all the guest chapters on your own time, so you can get all at once, boom, for I think a year. Then there is the trimesters. They start 3 times a year, where the lessons are released weekly. It's pretty amazing, and everyone kind of gets in sync and then comes to classes on Monday nights at 9 o'clock with Guy Aitchison. That's the Evolve class. And then if you're somewhere in between, you could take just the classes on Monday nights, like an art dojo. It's pretty amazing. Anyways, GuyAitchison.com, reinventingthetattoo.com. It's 11:11. Okay, I've been going on for 10 minutes here. I think I'm not actually in control. If you want to pop me into I don't know, we can get the show started. Usually,
I'll go ahead and roll our clip, and then we can get started.
Fantastic.
Go. And we're back.
Okay, and I now know that I misspelled the name to the introduction, so I will do a search. It's on that computer back there. I've got my whole office set back up. It's nice and clean, so I'll go after that introduction. I want to start off real quick. I don't mean to just jump right in, but there's a lot of people watching. I want to show off some of Sean Barber and Nick Baxter's work, kind of catch everybody right away. And this is, of course, I'm coming right off of this inspiring tour with Sean and Nick, but it is well worth. Wait, to share your computer audio, please install the Zoom audio device. Oh, fuck yourself.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how that trip went. I spoke briefly with Ricardo, of course.
Awesome. Yeah, he was there. And so the inspiring tour was 5 days. We'll talk about it a little bit, but it was pretty nuts to have Sean and Nick and then 5 students, including Ricardo and, Renee, who's part of the network here. It was pretty awesome. And Sean is just, I don't know, both of these guys just continuously floor me. And I don't know why, because I've been working with them both for a long time. But, Sean just always is so interested in you. Like, he's always asking, how are you doing? What do you feel about this? It's pretty amazing. But as you can see here, his paintings are just speak for themselves. This is Lyle Tuttle. Everybody here is legendary. And like I said, I just can't thank Sean, and Nick, and all the students, and enough for making this stuff happen. This is Bill. Rest in peace, man. This guy's he was when I had just enough guts to hand off an invitation to paradise to these guys. He was the guy I talked to briefly, and there's Ed Hardy. Have you ever caught up with Sean at all?
Sorry, my computer was being wonky again. No, I've never met him in person. Just through Drunk Critique, actually, I believe is the only time I'd ever.
Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, oh, boom, this is the, I can't pronounce it, Manuel Tatouage, Tintin's tattoo convention. And there's Carrie Barber. We just did a great, or produced a great interview with her and Mark Lascarbo. Philip Blue, of course. Let us know in the chat room if you know Sean Barber. If you don't, definitely check out sdbarber.com. He's on the Instagrams and everything. And he did the still life. And Nick Baxter, he's let's show off some of his work here. This is nickbaxter.com. And we'll show off his paintings here. To hell with it, you know. I know it's a tattoo show, but Nick has been mixing up some of the genres in his mediums recently. He's also way down with tattoo and some of this stuff, with a mix up and where he's kind of going with it. You can see where he's going with his art. He'd love to tattoo more of it. And yeah. So it's fun. I can't drive this while reading any of the comments if there's any comments coming in, but
yeah, James, thanks for watching. And Kyle says sweet intro. Thanks, Kyle. James, I'm a little north of you in Wisconsin, and it's freaking cold outside today. So thanks for watching, though.
This is one of my favorites from Nick. Again, he's always had something to say. It was a good interview. Actually, I have a interview fired up, and we don't need to hit it right away, but yeah, I've got like a 5 or 6 minute clip of Nick's recent interview with the TattooNow. He did one of the Wednesdays with the TattooNow business class, and yeah.
So how was the trip for you last week? We were both gone. You were doing the inspiring tours ahead of me being in Tahoe. So it's meant to ask you and follow up.
Oh, I mean, the trip was pretty much everything that we expected. Yeah, I almost don't want to talk about it too much. It's funny. We sold it out pretty quick, and we have the other ones planned. But I gave up a trip to Vegas actually, or rescheduled, and had to lose a travel. And it was like, oh man, go to Vegas for business, for cannabis business. That was pretty amazing. But I looked at it all and I was like, wait, if I'm going to lose something, I'm not going to, I'll lose that over, bed and breakfast with these guys. And some of the students were ladies, everybody was great. And it was like 7 to 8 people total. Jason Zuby from the Boston Tattoo Convention owns the Sam O'Reilly House. He's a great host. So there was great food. But, really, there was a lot of space and time. And so we got to roll with the weather. It was just, it was pretty cool. It was out of control. I think Nick might even talk about it a little bit, so we could let him give a little bit of the recap on there. Okay. But Avion, or not Avion. I know that the Tahoe show is run by that's the same guy that runs Avion. How was that? That always looks like an amazing show. It's obviously Tahoe's a beautiful place.
I don't know even where to start. Well, so anyone traveling last weekend may have experienced a lot of these annoying travel delays. So my flight was canceled coming in, canceled going out. So that I got in a little late, and I walked in and I saw Ty. I saw just a lot of tattooers I've known but haven't met in person. So that's always been cool. Phil Garcia, my buddy Howie, who was really cool to tattoo with, our guy Joker out of California, Josh Moon. Yeah, well, there was a lot of people there, but it was a really small event. I'd say about 100. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just reacting. Phil Garcia is one of my favorites, not only as a tattooer, but I think I heard him do a talk in Richmond maybe one year, and it was pretty out of control. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, so the artwork was really cool. It was all the competitions were very well organized, and the awards were awesome. Gabe Blondas did the awards, and he did very well. Aside of that, the picture in the middle there of Phil receiving his award was for Best of Show. So he took Best of Show, and the way that Das organized the competitions was different than I'd seen. He took his own approach, which was really unique. He's a promoter at a show and an event, him on the left right there with Phil. I was standing right in front of them at that time, but he's a different type of promoter. He was one that would go to every single booth. He was polite and courteous, a very well organized event, and he puts a lot of passion into the fine details. So it was in a casino in Lake Tahoe. So the location in itself was wonderful. It wasn't overly busy, which is normal for Tahoe. Is a different time of the year that they usually do it in July. From now on, I believe they're looking at April. Yeah, super great time. Carson Hill was there.
Carson, he's great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Him and his partner or coworker Eli were really, really cool and informative about the new machine. So I'd love to hear from him sometime. I know that
Nice.
Jake has spoke with him, of course.
Yeah, there's a whole series. He's got he did it was like a mega series. So
Mhm.
if anybody's interested, yeah, in the Numas, do a search for Fireside Tattoo Numa and or Jake Meeks and Carson Hill. And yeah, you'll get the full epic. It's pretty cool. You know, one of the other emails actually I got recently. I don't know if he's watching now, but somebody recently took the Hunter Spanks uh, watercolor course, and then met him out at the Rochester Tattoo Convention, the Rock City Tattoo Convention, and he said he got his hand tattooed, and he was really excited. So this, I believe, it must be this guy here, unless Hunter's doing a whole bunch of other. Oh yeah, no, this is definitely a Bearskin Design. This guy, and yeah, so it was just fun
That's cool.
to yeah, get an email from him that said that. Yeah, just another a way that Reinventing was helping tattooers and whatnot connect is another one. Well, Hunter's awesome. He's another fun tattooer.
Yeah, speaking of that connecting thing, I went up to Ty and I was super nervous, but I just was like, hey, I work here and I'm with Reinventing the Tattoo, and I've been in the back end and I feel like I know you, so I'd like to say hi. And he was super cool. He was working on a lady's full arm and it looked beautiful. It's when they say don't meet your heroes in person, but like if you kind of switch that a little bit to say don't see your heroic tattoos in person, that would be false with Ty. So he's like legitimately a very good tattooer, and it was great to see fresh and healed work that he'd been working on. It was really cool. Same with Phil.
Wicked talented.
Yeah, and then Howie and Flip Shades. So they were doing a really cool collaboration, and those two have really good chemistry, really, really good chemistry. So I might pull that up for you guys to show you what they were up to.
Yeah, cool. I'm checking in to see if make sure everything's working here.
Looks like YouTube's working.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, looks like we got you. So, okay, so Facebook's going fantastic. Do you have any other conventions lined up, or what's your next show?
Hell City. We'll all be in Hell City in 3 weeks from now.
Woo, oh boy, that's right. We could fire up some of those events next too.
Yeah, this Hell City will be really interesting because there's a lot of people that will be there that we've seen over the last year, whether online or in person. Of course, Conan Lee will be there. He's one that I've always liked, and he's got some cool things planned ahead for the Tattoo Release Forms app.
Yeah, let's not get too far ahead though. You have you're going to fire up some of the collab, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
They didn't post. I don't think they posted the collaboration, but this was another one that I got to see how we're working on.
Look at that! Oh, puppy.
Yeah, and then Phil was tattooing right next to him, so it's a really cool open atmosphere there for sure. And I would recommend that show to anyone who is. I mean, like if you bring clients, there are walk-ups and stuff like that, but it's just a great show to be in a good environment with tattooers that are badasses. There's a really, really good vibe, and I don't know if that has to do with location or a combination of location and attendees with I don't know. I really enjoyed that one. I'll definitely go back.
My only question is there still smoking in the casino there, or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's the main reason why I skip on that one, unfortunately. I'm so lucky to just be around cigarette-free places, and my wife's allergic to that.
Oh, okay. Well, for me, I put up with it. It was what it was, but there wasn't a lot of people, being that it was Easter weekend. But the plus is that we could drink with anyone up until any time of the day. So like you weren't looking for food, you weren't looking for something to do, you didn't have to leave. And those are really important because like in Philadelphia, imagine trying to get a good meal at midnight or something like that. So location is key for that one.
For sure.
I've been starting to ask everybody on rating the conventions. Like at Sunday night, I'll ask everybody, so how would you rate the convention? And I've been doing that all year at least. And I'm starting to develop, like, if you guys have any input on this, want to develop like the criteria on how to rate the event that you went, whether or not like the, location, the hours, the traffic, the setup, all that kind of stuff, the awards. This one was rated high in every category that we thought of.
Nice. We do that for our shows. We'll often have the feedback forms we'll leave behind for people.
That's a
And
good idea.
but to do it as a third party, you might check out like the end up being like a TripAdvisory kind of thing for conventions, or maybe even get with Alex from World Tattoo Events. Could be pretty
Yeah, I
cool.
should get with him. I've been meaning to talk to him actually.
But yeah, so wait, let's catch up about the Hell City stuff too, because you'll be we have a big reinventing room at Hell City. We'll have a corner of the room there set up with the cameras and whatnot. You'll be doing the tattoo documentation again.
Yep. We just got to find out where we're going to do it. And so we might even do signups or start a line, because there's a lot of people clients, collectors that would love to be a part of it. But most specifically, we'd like to get tattooers who are going to Hell City. If you want to do a tattoo tour of your body and talk about some of those tattoos, whether or not they're like some of your favorites or one of those that you just don't want to cover up or take off or anything like that. So we're going to do those in the reinventing room, right, Gabe?
Yeah, it's and just you'll be in good company too. It's when you did this over at Red Tree a couple months ago, we got you got like Bob and Derb and Fallen, a whole mess of amazing tattoos and people telling the stories about them. So very excited to see that again and someday to see them all edited down.
You may get naked. That's just a disclaimer there, but like it's really cool. It's tasteful. We have great lighting, and so if you've never really told your story about your tattoos, this is a perfect opportunity for you. 5-10 minutes just to kind of point out a few tattoos, and it's cool. And often cases like, for example, Bob and Paul Booth, they've been tattooed by each other, so it'd be cool to hear their perspective on that, which will be sometime towards the end of the night or show, I guess, is when we'll do that.
Awesome. And then we will have the Reinventing the Tattoo subscribers. So if any of the artists have either the Canon or Evolve or the Monday classes, there'll be in the Reinventing room a whole curriculum for everybody in a space and at the chairs, not like a booth setup, but a spot to put a chair down and to draw and to do some of the exercises that we have through the weekend. We'll have history streams. So both of the rooms, both the seminar room and the reinventing room, are going to be fully hybrid. So we'll be beaming out with people and beaming in with people. Nick Baxter's beaming in. That'll be pretty fun. And then, well, actually, I could screen share the screen share.
And after you do that, I'll show you the artists that we're going to bring along too, in case you're.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. So, and there's a mix here of free seminars and 4 pay seminars, but let's see. So it's the 20th to the 22nd in Columbus, Ohio. And let's see. So we've got Patrick. I went over to a convention in China with him like 2 or 3 years ago. Piercing with disposable tools. So he has a whole new set of disposable tools for piercing. This is actually a free class if you're interested in the piercing part. Nick Baxter is doing his holistic tattoo seminar, which is pretty cool. Actually, this is what I'll be talking about a little bit in the clip. He's going to be beaming in, so he's not going to be in Columbus, Ohio, but we'll have everybody in the classroom in Columbus with a video conferencing. That's what I'm saying. This kind of goes back and forth. So anybody in the classroom in Ohio can talk into the mic during the Q&A and interact with Nick. Anybody that's beaming in online from anywhere in the world, taking the webinar version, could do the same thing. And yeah, Nick will be beaming in from Austin. Matt Clemmer will be there from 6 to 8 doing his business mastery class. Let's see. Then Saturday, the 21st, Jinxie's going to be doing her mental health strategies for artists, strengthening your wellness toolbox. So this is a pay what you can, maybe a suggested donation of $75, but it's okay if you can't pay anything. The goal is to, hear what she has to say. Everyone could always use a really good smart brain talking about, the way it works and whatnot. She's amazing. She's obviously a great collector, and this is one of her professions. So she's also a publisher in the tattoo world, but so definitely worth checking it out. And then the piercing will be happening again on Saturday. Patrick is doing mostly on Friday for the health department. Then on Sunday, Thea Duskin's going to be doing mixed media tattoo design. So she will be putting together different mediums and collage. So as she's creating her tattoo designs, instead of just doing them straight up on the iPad, she's using real world mediums to kind of get, to get natural to get real natural, like physically natural effects. And then she'll bring those designs into the digital medium to adjust and to turn into tattoo designs. It's a pretty awesome class. She's amazing. Definitely worth checking out. And again, it'll be hers will be in person and online. Clemmer's doing his again on Sunday night. And then, Jesse Smith will be doing his just in person this time from 5:30 to 7:30 on Sunday afternoon. So, it's a pretty awesome set of seminars. And like I said, in the Reinventing Room, I'll have some more programming going on. Adrian Dominic will be beaming in from Australia to talk about his augmented reality / virtual reality world. People will be able to play with it on their phones, which is cool.
Nice.
And there's NFTs, like inside of this virtual world. Adrian has some tattoo design NFTs, so you can kind of figure out how some of that works if that interests you too. So anyways, Hell City, favorite convention. Very excited to go there, and and tattoo.
So I'll show you.
Sorry, real quick. Yeah, okay. Sorry, just to wrap up. Let's show your tattooers.
Yep.
And then,
so this will be cool, and then some of these guys you haven't met in person, so it'll be really neat to.
Look at this. Yeah, slow down. Click into the work here.
Yeah, Edwin Marias.
Oh yeah, look at that.
He worked with us in Chicago. This is a piece he did over 3 days in Chicago that I was telling some of you about.
Awesome. Oh yeah.
Okay, so that would be Edwin Ramirez. Ray from Ink Castle in Miami.
Yeah,
he does a lot of
gray,
a lot of black and gray.
Shoot.
Yeah, cool guy. I haven't met him in person yet, so looking forward to
I like the effects there, huh? It's pretty fun.
Yeah, he's got a really cool studio down there too. If I find a picture of it, beautiful. So he'll be with us.
Oh yeah.
Seriously, really cool stuff. Fortunato will be with us from Inkology.
Cool.
And he's a cool guy too. Just funny and great to be around. You have to have a good vibe, a good array of artists in your booth when you do something like Hell City. And so these guys are really fun to be around, as well as one of my favorite tattooers in the industry at all, Tony. I'll show you this one that was done in Philadelphia. Fully healed.
Yeah.
It's an incredible tattooer. Let's see if I can zoom in the video. I don't know if you remember me showing you guys some of those photos from the weekend about a month ago.
Yeah.
Very well done.
That's sweet.
This was done over 2 days as well. So
Nice.
it'll be
So
us four.
that was like done 2 days, and then it was healed, and then brought into the convention.
Done over 2 days, and then at the convention, he did the video in New York.
Perfect. And then let's see, the other two artists that'll be in the Reinventing in TattooNow booth will be Bruno. Very excited to have him up. He hasn't been doing.
Bruno's awesome.
Yeah. I wish he was. I haven't seen him since he stopped doing the Spanish art jam, but very excited to catch up with him again. And,
awesome.
Yeah. And then the other fella, little puppy dog.
Bruno's really cool. That's hands down. I haven't seen him in a long time either.
Yeah, so he'll be it's exciting to have him up there. And then Bart Andrews, who's Bart and Pepper's wife's actually fucking sick too. I met her first, I think, like way back in the day. She's shifting into painting though. Or not shifting into painting. She's always been a sick ass painter. But she's doing a lot more of that these days. But she so Bart, he's the other tattooer. There we go. There's this thing that they have Unified Tattoo down in Florida. Here's a Asian inspired back piece here. Bart does have a seminar he's working on about how to be diverse in styles, being a diverse yet high quality in multiple styles kind of a tattooer. And so this is obviously more of a realistic, surrealistic kind of a piece going on here. It looks like there's a cover up, but fucking crazy. And Yeah, so there's some black and gray realism. Again, Pepper. We were just looking at her paintings, but she's like a black and gray, sick black and gray. So everybody in the whole shop here is pretty much a sick black and gray, because you can't work next to her and not figure that shit out.
Good point.
But boom, there we go, Hell City. So it's definitely one of my favorite tattoo conventions every year. And I think I'm going to head down to Arizona this year too.
Yeah, in August, I'll be doing that one as well.
Yeah, awesome. It's usually during setup week. So my wife goes back to work, she teaches, and then my daughter, always goes back to school, or had gone back to high school, but now she's in college. So I could, I think actually I might be okay to get out of my wife's hair for that week, and but we'll see.
Yeah.
So let's see. So what do we have next? Should we roll a little bit of, or maybe we could end with Nick's clip. That sounds like maybe a good thing, because
Yeah, sure. Today I'm really excited because with Raw Pigments, we have been working with Faith, who I met through you guys, just one of the Reinventing drawing groups, probably close to a year ago. So we've been kind of collaborating back and forth, and she's done an incredible job on a really neat educational tattoo ink system that we are coming out with today. So her wind color set is going to be on our Raw website as well as her own, which I am just hands down incredibly impressed with her technological capabilities and what she's done with the website. So you guys can check that out. Maybe we'll show off a little bit of that here soon, but that's kind of on my agenda today, kind of releasing it out to the world.
Awesome. Do you want to do a screen share, or do you have anything to fire up? Or
I'm not sure. I'll see if I can ask her what we can share and what we can't, but it is super cool.
Nice.
I've been anticipating this for a very long time. So she's got a book, she's got a website, digital downloads, all sorts of things, printable stuff. So I'll give you a little preview here. Hopefully that's okay, Faith. So we've got a color code, just a very, very smooth kind of intro into what our inks are, comparisons to color ink, a lot of cool digital design, a lot of great stuff. My computer's a little slow. So she's put an incredible amount of work into mapping out and getting to know our colors. There's all sorts of information available. So I know that I've been showing off this a lot at conventions over the last half a year. So if you guys have seen it, today's the day to really get to know what's going on.
Awesome.
Yeah. And so you can also get the inks there as well. Very well organized site and stuff. So I'll be sharing more as that goes on and posting from the Raw Pigments page about it. So really excited on that. As well as just, I don't know, after doing all the conventions, we've met a lot of cool new people. So kind of following up and establishing new relationships since is kind of on my agenda. Monday mornings are never fun after the Tattoo Weekly's done.
Well, no, I know it's fun, or I know the feeling. Just want to, Hunter Young, a couple of people are in the chat room here. Hunter says, "What's up?" Keel, I don't know how to pronounce it. Kyel. I think he's the machine builder guy. I think he's been building some machines from Tony Urbanic's class.
Oh, cool.
Amber Morgaine says, "Hey." If anybody, when you're watching, drop in the comments some of your favorite tattooers or just plain artists. And maybe at the end, as we wrap up, we'll plug some of your favorite artists. But certainly, we always like to catch all the great references, because obviously our viewers you all have great taste. So that's why one of the reasons why you're here. What else we have? Oh, okay. I think you already called this. James Wisdom is on also. Joined the Tattoo Weekly from Chicago. Hello, James. We're excited to have him start up one of the fundamental streams again. So we'll have another live stream. Oh, hey, there's Win in the chat room now. It says, yes, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Go to both Hill City, Ohio and Arizona. Hell yeah, says James Wisdom. Yes, it's going to be fun. And it took me a long time to realize, it's an embarrassing long time to realize that the pool party, I'm like, how's everybody hanging out in the pool with their tattoos? The chlorine and stuff does probably kill all the nasties. So it's not like you're swimming in live nasties, you're swimming in dead nasties. But anyways, the whole show there is fun. I love Arizona. It's the Biltmore is unbelievable. It's a piece of architecture, and going there in August is definitely apropos of Hell City. But, have you ever been out to the Arizona one?
That was the first convention I've ever been to.
Oh, fuck yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Very fun. I remember the one of my favorites. If anybody, let us know in the chat room if you've ever watched Tattoo Wars, and if you haven't, you should go to YouTube, do a search for Tattoo Wars, Aaron Kane, Guy Aitchison, and it's pretty fun. Tattoo Wars was one of the few TV shows that pretty much across the board in the tattoo world got thumbs up, or maybe even double thumbs up. But so of course it was canned after like one season. But anyways, do a search for Tattoo Wars, Aaron Kane, Guy Aitchison, and then it's fun. I was there when they go to Hell City. They go to Hell City, Arizona, and they do a tattoo off. And that morning, I'm usually up very early in the mornings walking around. I was walking around and I saw some action happening, and I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" At like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. And I don't know if it was that. It was pretty early. They had to do their scene where they were walking together and shaking hands, and it was pretty fun. But anyways, yes, James, exactly. Hell City, Arizona. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Woo!
Yeah.
And yes, like as I was saying, Reinventing the Tattoo subscribers will have a seat at the table, I guess is what we're calling it, right? A seat at the classroom style tables. So register in advance if you're a tattoo Reinventing subscriber, so that we can know that you're coming. And that URL is reinventingthetattoo.com/Hell City. Brings you straight to the Reinventing subscriber registration. And if you're looking for the seminars, you just go to hellcity.com, events, seminars, and then it'll take you to the Hell City seminar page. We have 2 rooms going on, not to be confused.
You know, another thing I would like to hear from anybody watching is like if you have any specific questions, or like if you see a lineup of something like Hell City and either you can't make it or you wish you could talk to someone, that those open chat lines are really cool and unique in that hybrid environment. Or you can always reach out to us and have maybe have that situation, because there's nothing that really compares to like events where Jesse Smith is there, or like, Paul Booth, or anyone that is there. So if you guys are watching, or if there's any type of footage or content you like created, just let us know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Should I run the the other the other thing I'll chat about, which is seemingly coming together, I have no control over it, but at the Rubber City Tattoo Invitational, Tony Urbanek's show, he runs the Tattoo Machine live streams every 3rd Wednesday, now that you ask, at 10 o'clock. Tattoo Machine Olympics. Have you heard about that at all? Have you heard the rumor about Tattoo Machine Olympics?
Maybe I've just heard like a touch of the rumor. If it has to do with Tony, I'm gonna love the idea.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So there's probably going to be anywhere between 2 and 5 maybe different events, including rigging up the tattoo machines with drill bits, and then trying to drill through things. Maybe hooking them up to a little saw to see what they could actually saw through. I believe there's going to be an incline race ramp so that the vibrating machines could race down towards the finish line. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that he's been dropping the seed in enough machine builders ears that I don't know. I'm really hoping that it actually happens, because then we could get the cameras right in all the right spots. It'd be a hell of a lot of fun. Tattoo Machine Olympics. It's he better take it now, because otherwise other conventions will. Although obviously Tony's very unique in his tattoo machining abilities and network and whatnot.
Yeah, that's funny. That'll be really cool.
That's near the end of July. I think it's like the last weekend of July, maybe.
29th, 31st. Yeah, last weekend.
Boom, you've got the info.
Yeah.
Cool. So shall I run the Nick Baxter clip?
Yeah, go for it.
Perfect. Okay. Easier said than done, maybe. No. Share screen. Okay, let's see here. And let us know. Here we go. QuickTime Player.
Yeah, I came up with this course that Gabe's talking about called the holistic approach. And the word holistic just means concerned with the overall big picture, with the whole, and not dividing something into parts and only focusing on one part or another part. So it's like a zoomed out big picture approach where you analyze all the parts in concert in how they interact with each other. So And that applies to life as well. So like zooming out on your entire life and who you are as a creative person, and everything you do filters back into your tattooing. So, and then from there, how do you navigate your tattooing practice? There's a whole array of different techniques and tricks and all this that you could get lost in. And so you need to zoom out and see everything for what it is, and then pick and choose your ideal strategy to complete the tattoo that you're doing then. So that's the holistic approach. It's big picture, it's zoomed out, it's drawing from a lot of different sources of energy, of inspiration to formulate something unique for you as the individual artist.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I love you also have had a fascination with iconography, infographics. It's amazing some of the ones that had a fascination, you have up there, and it's really great to see the slideshow. And now, to your point, now a lot of the core of it has stayed the same, because the fundamentals, I suppose, some of it might never change, but the times always do, the tactics always do. I don't know, maybe actually this is my last question, and then I'll yield the floor back to Jackie in the comment room. But can you talk a little bit about how just you know what, actually, I'm going to shift gears. Let's talk about the act of teaching that seminar, right? Because that was a kind of a big leap, and you're not necessarily a natural extrovert, hop on top of the stage and speak to a gazillion people about things that matter. Can you talk about that transition and maybe some of the tools that you used to, and I don't want to presume that you're comfortable, because I know that you're not comfortable right now. I'm not comfortable right now. Jackie's probably the most comfortable of the three of us. How did you deal with that? What's that look like?
Oh, that's a very difficult transition for someone as shy and introverted and reserved as I am. There's a lot of physical anxiety that goes along with that, but I've gotten better with it over the years. It's just one of those things you got to learn to ride like a bicycle. So,
and maybe why? Why would you put yourself through that much discomfort?
Yeah, that's a good question. Because I believe in the content. I believe in what I'm trying to teach people. I have confidence in myself. I've been through the fires of life, of tattooing, of being a creative and navigating my way through this whole process, that I know I can speak with from a place of self-confidence and authority on what I've been through. And just on a human level, I know that can help people. And I have a desire to help people. That's just a basic sort of thing that's hardwired into our human genome. We're a social species, and we like helping others. And so I'm no different. I want to help people, navigate the process of tattooing, of being a creative. So I get fulfillment, I get enjoyment out of that. So that benefit outweighs all of the anxiety that goes into being on stage.
Yeah, it's crazy. And like I said, I appreciate you greatly, because and so does a lot of the tattoo world, because like I said, when you get off stage, there's always 10% that are like, what the fuck just happened? And then there's like a lot of people that are like, oh, I got a lot of good stuff out of it. And then there's like 10 or 15% that are like, holy shit, that's exactly organizing, what is going on. Okay, so I'm gonna yield the floor to Jackie, and then if there's any comments, I'll pipe in afterwards. But then I do, of course, have some closing questions.
I guess real quick, like what you were saying, when you go to that uncomfort level, I feel like you have growth. You face those fears and you're like, I don't like doing this, but I do like how you're talking about doing it to help people. Like, this knowledge, I can put it out there. And you just see as a person, your process and your growth. And that's really cool. I know this seminar you're talking about, the holistic one, I didn't get a chance to attend it. But I really dig the concept. And then literally like yesterday, I seen another thing you did about a week ago with the inspiration tours or something. Can you tell us a little bit about what that was? Was it like a retreat paint thing, or like, I don't know, like fill me in, because I just seen like a little ad and I was like, oh, I missed it.
Yeah, Inspiring tours is a concept that Gabe actually came up with, and it's basically like an art retreat format with structure and with intent. So there are courses, and the goal is to immerse yourself in this retreat sort of environment. It's almost like an artistic boot camp where you.
Was it like all weekend, like 3 days, 2 days, or like?
Yeah, this particular one, 3 days.
3 days is this, Gabe, was this what were you guys like, did you go out in nature and paint and do, okay, like these pictures and everything from it?
Yep, we
Like
had still life painting, we had still life painting, we had landscape painting, and then we had a day of tattooing where we took all of those, or as many of those kind of art fundamentals we were teaching with the painting, we tried to demonstrate how they can cross over and apply into tattooing and how you can use them, you know, in a different medium. So, yep, 3 days.
Yeah, 3 days, just like it looks like a really cool concept and experience for those who got to, you know, have it. She's having fun. I dig it.
Always having fun.
Yeah, is that something that you do like once a year, or just like first time just to see? Would you do it again, or like?
I think the precursor to this was another Gabe event, the Paradise Art Retreat. Those were amazing events that Gabe had out in New Mexico a few times. And so I think that kind of morphed into this, which is a more intimate version of the Paradise.
Which I almost like a little better, because like the Paradise is like a convention, I believe. So I feel like there's a lot of variables happening around me, I guess. Right, like how you said, this is more intimate. It's kind of cool to, like, I really dig the concept. I wish I had seen about it sooner than yesterday, I guess. You know, like,
Yeah.
You know, it sold out in 50 hours.
I believe
So
it.
hop on the mailing list. Speaking of mailing lists, that's where we'll be plugging the next ones. But yeah, it's yeah, they're amazing.
Great idea.
Yeah, I'm bummed I missed out on that web conference last week, but timing. You're muted.
The reinventing the tattoo business classes.
Yeah, those have been a lot of fun. I really enjoy doing those.
Yeah, they're every other Wednesday for people that are tuning in. If you hit the reinventingthetattoo.com, click courses, there's a Reinventing the Tattoo business one, and still a little bit, I'm still editing the format a little bit, but it's pretty cool. We're meeting every other week. We're setting up we're using a benefit as an example for all of the business factors and whatnot. And I think we're going to actually facilitate a big benefit when we're done with it. So yeah, it's pretty fun. And we bring in some awesome guests. Nick was talking about his philosophy of business and stuff. It's pretty cool because he's definitely not in this for, the normal, profit driven, capitalist reasons. But on the other hand, he's been, tattooing for money, and in high demand for 20 some odd years now. So it was really awesome to catch up with him. So, and that full interview is available if you do a search for Nick Baxter, TattooNow, Reinventing. It's that one went up, I think, last week. Did another one with Damon Conklin not too long ago. I'm pretty psyched. I'm doing more of the TattooNow shows. So Damon was an awesome interview too. I think he beamed right in from Mexico, and yeah. I think we're at our hour, though, aren't we?
Yeah, and we missed Jake today. He'll be back next week, I'm sure. We could talk about his experience at Space City, because we all kind of went somewhere the last week. I'll show you some of my photos, things I haven't gone through yet, but I'm in my new studio. You guys can't really tell, but it's definitely different than last week or last time I was on air. So moving in has been pretty fun. As everybody knows, it's like bittersweet, a lot of work to do, but it is pretty sweet being in a new digs.
Yeah, I noticed right away. I was like, oh shit, she's in the office. I mean, you said you were a couple of days ago, but yeah, it's pretty fun. I did clean up my office. I can't move my camera, but I wish I could, because then I could be like, look how clean this place is. Usually this shot is awesome and everything else is a train wreck, but not anymore.
Over here is pretty cool. It's got definitely a different vibe than the last situation I was working in. So I'm excited to be here. And if anyone wants to visit, we're in Appleton.
Perfect.
Yep.
Cool. Let's see, it looks like the comments have died down a little bit. High from New York City, but
okay.
Okay. Well, why don't we close it up for the day, and then we'll save some Damon Conklin clips for maybe for next week.
Sure. All right. Thank you
Awesome.
guys for watching episode number 30. If you guys want to follow us, obviously Reinventing the Tattoo. Myself could be at Raw Pigments and at Lauren.worldwide.
And I'm at TattooNow.com, GabeRipley.com, and yeah, ReinventingTheTattoo.com is number one spot to go if you're a tattooer for sure, or a hopeful tattooer.
All right, guys. Much appreciation and have a great week.
Cheers. Oh, I do want to plug one more thing. Well, I don't know if it's too late. We already lost everybody, but Robert Hernandez is letting us make limited edition prints of the painting that he did for the Ukraine benefit. So we'll be posting that up pretty soon too. So if you're interested in Robert Hernandez's artwork and donating to the Ukraine benefit, that'll be coming up soon. And now that I said that to everybody after they left, we could click
Okay.
click
All
the
right.
buttons.